I know it's been a while, but my new album's out.
Oh, no. After that shit you dropped called Motley Crue, I am not listening to this album. I refuse.
I didn't ask you to listen to it, but Motley Crue's not on the album.
2 hours later.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that now. Yes, surprisingly, it has been 3 years since Post Malone last dropped an album with 2019's Hollywood's Bleeding. This saw him kind of take more of a pop-leaning sound, even though he had kind of tinkered with pop before. He still tried to focus on the rap, and yeah, there was rap on that album, but it seemed like pop was the new thing that he was going to do fully, and with this new album, 12 Carat Toothache, he definitely shows that off a bit more. Not saying the rap isn't present again, it's there, but it's definitely taking a back seat as we hear Post Malone singing a lot more, which again, I did like that, even though he can auto-tune his voice a little too much at times. He definitely has a better singing voice than he is a rapper, and I've said that before, and I will stick by it. And for the most part, when it comes to his albums, this isn't anything super long. It's 14 tracks, and none of the songs are, over 4.5 minutes. There's a couple that fall over the 4-minute mark, but nothing too long. Let's go with my least favorite tracks. There really wasn't a whole lot, actually. I mean, Wrapped Around Your Finger was one that I didn't really like that much. When I'm Alone, it was alright in places, but definitely not one of my favorites. And One Right Now, I definitely didn't like that song from the beginning. I don't know what it was. I guess a collaboration between Post Malone and The Weeknd. I was expecting something a little bit better, but I don't know. They both didn't really bring their A game to that song, and again, it was one of my least favorites overall. Then when we get to the okay tracks, we have stuff like Lemon Tree, I Like You, A Happier Song, Love, Hate Letter to Alcohol, and Wasting Angels. And then of course there's the finale to the album, new recording 12, January 3rd, 2020. That's just a short 1.5-minute track, and it kind of sounded like it was definitely a scrapped verse or something from his song Euthanasia, because he does say euthanasia at the end of it. It was definitely interesting. It kind of fit the atmosphere to an album, but again, I wouldn't count it as like a complete song, because this just seemed like a voice recording he decided to throw on there as like a studio outtake or something. And with these songs, I feel like a lot of it is definitely the chorus that keeps it up. I mean, I think Doja Cat does an okay job on I Like You, but other than that, there's nothing memorable about it. Love, Hate Letter to Alcohol goes through his struggle with, obviously his alcoholism and stuff that he had to deal with, and I think that can be very personal. But again, the song in general wasn't a fantastic listen. Then we have my favorites. Reputation, I think, is a great way to kick the album off. Even though a bit softer than his other kickoffs, it definitely shows you what the album is going to be. And then we have Cooped Up featuring Roddy Ricch. I actually first heard this song when Post Malone was the musical guest on SNL, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. I really love that chorus. I don't know why, it just ended up being one of my favorites. I Cannot Be, a sadder song. That song was the follow-up to a happier song, and yeah, it is what it is. It is a sadder song from the previous song. Insane was pretty cool, little tune about having an insane girl, all that kind of stuff, that kind of relationship. A lot of people deal with it, especially Johnny Depp, who just went through a court case with her. Then we have Euthanasia, which I think to me is my favorite track off of the album. I don't know, it just seems so sincere, and I think the singing talent of Post Malone really comes out here, and it just sounds really good. I don't know what else to say. It just has that oomph, that staying power. Again, it's not one of his more, get up and dance type songs, but it's one you can sit down, reminisce, and listen to. It's fantastic. It really is. And then Waiting for a Miracle was also a nice one that I thought fit the atmosphere of the album overall. So with 12 Carat Toothache, there was 6 features. Cooped Up, as I mentioned, featured Roddy Ricch, and One Right Now featured The Weeknd. They were okay. I Like You featured Doja Cat. Like I said, she was fine, I guess, in a way, but it wasn't great. I Cannot Be features Gunna, which I thought, again, was pretty good, probably one of the better ones. And then Love Hate actually features Fleet Foxes, which, I mean, okay, I guess they were there and they were present, but they really didn't do a whole lot now, did they? And then Wasting Angels features Kid Laroi. I feel like if Kid Laroi's voice wasn't so annoying, the song would have been better. It probably would have been on one of my favorites as opposed to just being an okay track. So the features weren't anything big for this one. I feel like the last album had better features and better performances by those features. So that was definitely a step down from what we heard before. But yeah, this album just sees Post Malone going full pop, embracing that, and just this time going through the demons that he's had to go through the past couple of years, or even just throughout his whole entire career, that he's now learning to control and get over, and just becoming a new man. I mean, the guy's going to be a father soon, so he's starting to grow up a little more each time right before our eyes. And I wouldn't say this is his best album, but it's definitely a good one. I say 6 out of 10, would definitely recommend with some places here, not all of it, but I feel like most of it can suffice to the listening ear. You can just skip through what you don't want to hear and be satisfied enough. So that's my thoughts on this album. You can tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this album? And until then, stay safe out there, wear your mask, get vaccinated, and I will catch you all in the next one.
6?
It's not that good.
Who the fuck do you think you are?